There is one thing that we all have in common around the world, no matter what. It is a birthday. And when I think about birthdays, I think about food and I think about parties. Some dishes are personal and some dishes might be more cultural.
You show up at a house party, you got to accept a plate and a dinner table. If you don't eat, you don't get invited back.
But no matter what, they're all going to be very tasty. So today we are looking at 5 dishes that 5 people around the world like to eat on their birthdays from 5 different countries. You know the drill. Let's get started with a dish from the Philippines.
Mabuhay, Beryl! My name is Karl, and I'm from Bacoor City in the province of Cavite here in the Philippines. My birthday falls on January 25th, which makes me an Aquarius. Today I will be talking to you about Lumpiang Shanghai, which is the Philippines' take on spring rolls from East and Southeast Asian cuisine. Lumpiang Shanghai is created by stuffing thin wrappers made from flour with ground meat mixed with various seasonings and vegetables, typically carrots, celery, onions, and spring onions.
I do not recommend grating baby carrots. This is so frustrating, but it was what I had, and I felt like, waste not, want not. But yeah, grating baby carrots is not the vibe.
Despite Lumpiang Shanghai's name referencing the Chinese municipality of Shanghai, it was actually Hokkien people from the province of Fujian who immigrated to the Philippines between the 9th and 16th centuries who introduced lumpia to the country. The dish's name is derived from the Hokkien word lumpia, which means moist pastry.
Chopping these onions, I definitely want to make sure that they're chopped really finely because I think the last thing you want is to take a bite of lumpia and get like a big piece of onion in your mouth. So if you're going to do this at home, chop your stuff very finely.
You typically serve Lumpiang Shanghai with a side dip of either banana ketchup, spice vinegar, sweet chili sauce, or whatever dip you wish. It freezes great, so you can cook some up for yourself even if it's not for any occasion. Lumpiang reflects Filipino culture as this typically is a staple in Filipino events, including birthdays.
A lot of you have probably heard of the MSG scare of people saying that MSG was bad for you. It actually all stemmed from one letter written by this white guy in 1968 where he said he experienced feelings of headache and nausea after having MSG. This actually stemmed from anti-Asian sentiment in the mid-20th century, but MSG has actually been proven to be totally safe and is awesome at flavoring your food. So MSG, totally fine for you.
Despite being born and raised in the Philippines, I have to be honest with you, Beryl, I seldom get to see Lumpiang Shanghai being served as a party food during my birthday, most especially now that I'm not getting any younger.
That was satisfying.
However, I will say that whenever Lumpiang Shanghai is served at a birthday party, you know it's bound to be one of the first foods, if not the first food to disappear from the wide array of dishes people may prepare during birthdays.
I'm watching my own video of how to roll lumpia because I've made dynamite lumpia on the channel before, which was really good. But yeah, I couldn't remember how to roll them, so referencing myself.
Lumpiang Shanghai is such an immensely popular crowd pleaser at birthday parties that guests typically take pieces home with them alongside leftovers of other food served at a party.
Are these really big? Feels really big. I'm gonna try to make them a little bit smaller. Like a big lumpia isn't a bad thing, but I do feel like it should be a little smaller. So back to the cutting board. Oh, that looks better. Okay, I finally figured it out. I was making them way too big. So diagonal, a small amount, fold in the sides, roll it up. And then you get this, which is way better than this. This is the size that we're looking for, so I did it!
People should try Lumpiang Shanghai because it showcases a small glimpse of how creative Filipino cuisine can be, and can also serve as one of many stepping stones of helping people of Filipino descent who don't live in the motherland to get to know, embrace, and eventually be proud of their lineage through food. In the region of the Philippines where I'm from, I speak Tagalog. So, to translate the phrase happy birthday into Tagalog, I say maligayang kaarawan. I hope that you and your channel subscribers have enjoyed learning about Lumpiang Shanghai, and I hope that this dish becomes a part of your party food once you reeled it into how addictive they can be upon first bite. To anyone watching this video celebrating their birthday today, maligayang kaarawan sa'yo!
Asha is staring at me, hoping to get some lumpia. Oh my God, hi. Anyway, that was quite the adventure. I feel like I thought I knew how to roll them because I've done it twice before, but I needed to check, and ultimately we got there. They look really perfect. They're so pretty. Having some banana ketchup. The outside is a spring roll wrapper, so it's crunchy and light. The inside is this beautifully spiced pork filling, and then the banana ketchup is a little sweet and a little spicy. It's a really nice combination. Making these was honestly not that difficult, but it definitely is a labor of love. I roped in Leia to help me out, and she did a really good job. Leia is also filling some lumpia because this is a multi-person project.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Okay. I think I'm okay. My first one was a little wonky, and my second one was okay.
You look so serious.
I'm like so locked in.
Ta-da!
Eh?
No, it looks great.
Eh?
It looks great. And so together we were able to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 lumpia out of 25 wrappers. So I think we did a really good job. Patting myself on the back. I did it. I did it. Lumpia, I did it.
It's a birthday.
It's my oh yeah, it's your birthday. What Karl said about this being a birthday food because it's something that everybody loves and at a birthday party, everybody goes for it. I totally understand why. If I was at a birthday party in Philippines, this would be the first thing I'd beeline for. Just a little dip. If these weren't so tedious to make, I would honestly make them when I had people over, but they take a really long time between prepping the pork filling, rolling everything out, and then deep frying it. There are a lot of steps. If someone made this for me on my birthday, I would be like, you love me, because that means you spent a good amount of time in the kitchen cooking one of my favorite foods for me. This is non-related, and when people tell you about their dreams, whatever, but I had a dream last night that we were deep frying these, and Leia was like, you can deep fry them in the toilet. It's a really good place to deep fry. And I was like, are you serious? And she said, you just have to clean the toilet really well. It was a weird dream. One other thing I want to mention is banana ketchup. If you've never heard of it before, it originated in the Philippines during World War II because there was a severe tomato shortage, but a surplus of bananas. It was created by a Filipino food scientist. Her name is Maria Arosa, and she created a lot of different foods in the Philippines, but banana ketchup is one of the most beloved ones. It's a super interesting flavor. I'd highly recommend you try it if you like that sweet, spicy combo. It's kind of like Maggi Hot and Sweet from India, but a little spicier, I would say. It's really good, and you can find it at a Filipino grocery store or in the link that I'm leaving in the description.
Hi Beryl, my name's Erin. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area, and the dish I'd like to share with you today is Tamale Pie.
I'd like to take a moment in memory of my cutting board that just died. We have a huge fault line across the middle. It's been a good time together, but it's time to move on with a new cutting board.
If you look up tamale pie on the internet, you'll find a dish from the Southwest that is structured like a shepherd's pie with a ground beef filling and a cornbread crust on top. But this is very different than the dish that my family calls tamale pie. Our version is more like a casserole, made from cornmeal, tomatoes, ground beef, and creamed corn.
I'm not sure of the best method to drain the fat out of this. I'm gonna use a paper towel method and like soak it up that way, but I've never really drained fat. I've always just kind of like left it in there, but I'm gonna attempt to drain it. There's not too much. Ow, this is burning me. All right, I'm gonna try a different method. Careful, careful now.
This recipe comes from my grandmother, who I call Lala. She passed it down to my mom, and it was on regular rotation for dinners while I was growing up.
This is giving me hamburger helper vibes. We made a hamburger helper on the show a while ago, but it was so delicious. So I'm kind of excited for this, even though I know it's gonna be like a slop bowl. love a good slop bowl. It's gonna be good, I can tell.
It shares flavors with the other Mexican-American dishes that I grew up eating, and it always reminds me of home and is always comforting.
Wearing a white shirt when I cook is so stupid. This is not a stained shirt. Maybe I should wear an apron. Okay. This is my Beryl.nyc apron. You can go to my website to find all of the recipes you see on the show. I feel like I could have just used diced tomatoes, but I'm gonna use my scissors to cut it up because my spoon was not doing the trick. I learned about using scissors from Korean cooking techniques, and honestly, cooking with scissors is amazing. I highly recommend scissors for any at-home cook.
I associate this dish with birthdays because every year my mom's brother asks to make it for him for his birthday. We celebrated his birthday just a few weeks ago, and of course my mom brought tamale pie. She doubled the recipe with the intention to leave him some leftovers, but we ended up eating most of it, so he got an IOU for a second birthday tamale pie. This recipe is definitely not a traditional Mexican dish by any means. I've never come across anything else like it.
We're using creamed corn, which I've never had before. That's so yummy. Here. It's like sweet and creamy.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's good.
That's good. I don't know how it's gonna be in this, but it's good on its own. Okay, creamed corn going in.
It's like low-key baby food, but I like it.
This dish just gets crazier and crazier to me. What is happening? I love it. Okay, olives now. We're gonna bake this now for an hour uncovered. I feel like we've been cooking this for so long. 30 minutes on the stove, now an hour in the oven. I don't know where we're going with this. I'm just along for the ride.
Lala is, in fact, third-generation Mexican-American. So even though it's unique, it's definitely a dish that connects me to my Mexican roots, which my mom always told me to be proud of while I was growing up. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this recipe with you, Beryl. I really hope you enjoy my family's unique and celebratory tamale pie. Bye!
This dish went places that I found to be extremely unexpected, but it smells really good. This is a big bowl. This is a big amount of food. A lot of food. This was a big spoonful. Let's calm down. I mean, that's delicious. Honestly, this feels very Tex-Mex to me. If I had to guess without knowing what the dish was, I would have guessed Mexican-American. The creamed corn adds a level of sweetness to this that is a nice juxtaposition to the red chili powder and the hot sauce that we put into it. So it's got this sweet and spicy flavor balance that I really like. This also kind of has hamburger helper vibes. The cornmeal has thickened everything and made it kind of, it's just thickened everything, so it's a hearty bite. I thought that I didn't like black olives, but maybe I do. Or at least I really like them in this dish. Kind of want a black olive on its own. Come here, black olive. Get in my belly. Yeah. Black olives actually taste pretty good. There you go. Trying something new. A lot of you have gotten mad at me that I've been omitting nutmeg from recipes. The thing is, I was going to omit the black olives because I thought I didn't like them, so maybe I do need to start putting the nutmeg in the recipes, and maybe I will learn to love it. I understand why Erin's uncle would want this on his birthday every year. It's got like this very warming, hearty vibe to it. And I also can see why there are no leftovers when everybody eats it because of that hearty, warming vibe. Birthday meals to me are meant to make you feel loved. And knowing that this is a dish that he really likes and every year somebody makes it for him, that is an expression of love, for sure. And the recipe made a lot, so it's good to feed a crowd if you're interested in making this. It's a lot of bang for your buck, although you do have to wait for a while in the kitchen. 15 minutes, and then an hour. But like, it was easy. We were just kind of sitting and playing on our phones the whole time. It's true.
Hi, I'm Danielle. I live in Canada. This recipe was something my mom and aunt came across in a magazine many years ago. The recipe was in a magazine as a Christmas brunch.
I want to say something before I really get started. This recipe reminds me of the Great British Bake Off when they have the secret dish where they don't have any measurements. This recipe has no measurements. It just says spinach, asparagus, cherry tomatoes, green onions. I don't know how much, I don't know what's going on. Grated cheese. Oh, grated cheese actually has a measurement, half a cup. The cheese is the one that I would measure with my heart. All right. I'm just gonna go with my lemon heart here. I decided I'm gonna go with half a cup, equal parts for all the veggies. And like, if I need more, I can just chop more, but I feel like half a cup is right. Yeah.
My aunt beat my mom to making it, and later whenever my mom would make it, we would call it Aunt Debbie's makeup, even though she didn't make it up or invent the recipe.
Oh no. I think I got some plastic. Well, plastic never hurt anyone. Actually.
That's actually super
so
not
untrue.
It's kind of like a cross between a baked French toast and a frittata. It became my go-to request for a birthday breakfast as a child.
Ooh, that looks so good. I love rye bread. How thick do we think? Tricky to know. I'm really stressed out. I don't know how thick to cut this. I don't know how much to measure. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna do it as thick as French toast because Danielle said that it's like a mix between a frittata and a French toast. Okay, that's how thick I cut it. Here's my final spread. 3/4 cup of cheese, a handful of spinach, 1 garlic clove, half a cup of asparagus, half a cup of tomatoes, and 2 green onions.
Where I live, spinach and greens and asparagus are in season May-June. Cherry tomatoes and strawberries end of June, beginning of July. So this dish is perfect for throwing in lots of seasonal produce. We used to use a Munich old rye bread from Loblaws, Superstore, or Zehrs. One with a tighter crumb will work really well. Experiment with this to see how it works. Try whatever toppings you prefer.
This is going into the oven now for 20 minutes. We're just functioning on a wing and a prayer. I think I did too much spinach, but this is Aunt Debbie's makeup, and I mean, I hope I'm doing it justice, but yeah, into the oven we go.
Fun fact, Leamington is tomato capital of Canada. I hope you try this and enjoy this, and have a nice day.
This dish really stressed me out. I need measurements, you guys. I think it turned out okay. It's really all about the taste. The bread is soft, which is nice, and I'm pretty sure the egg is cooked. It tastes actually really good. It tastes very summery with the asparagus and the tomatoes. The rye bread is soft but not mushy, which I think is really nice. Here's the thing, in my opinion, there could be more eggs in this. So if you're looking for a dish that's more a frittata and you want to make this, add more eggs. If you're looking for something more like a French toast, I would honestly maybe add some milk so that the bread gets a little softer. I really like the asparagus. I feel like I don't eat enough asparagus in my life considering how much I enjoy eating it. I'm actually really enjoying this. After all the stress in the kitchen, I luckily came out with something that I think is really good. That's Rhea. She's very opinionated. I like the story how this was from a magazine and has now been passed down in the family and is like a birthday breakfast. Birthday breakfasts are definitely a special thing to wake up and have somebody like make something for you is a really nice feeling. And I think this is just a really nice way to start the morning on your birthday.
Hi Beryl, my name is Puneet. I live in Amritsar in Punjab. The birthday dish I want to share with you today is called Kadah Parshad, also known as deg. Kadah is made using 4 basic ingredients: whole wheat flour, sugar, ghee, and water. You can optionally add some cardamom powder and chopped nuts. It is considered to be an offering of love, devotion, humility, and equality. It is prepared on auspicious occasions and religious events in Sikh and Punjabi households.
For this recipe, we're using whole wheat flour. If you go to an Indian grocery store, you can see atta is whole wheat flour. This is 100% and 0% maida, which means like fine flour. So you want whole wheat flour for this, and you can make chapatis out of this, which are really simple to make with just water and salt. It's super simple to make, and that reminds me that we're doing an easy bread episode. Chapati definitely falls into that one. But if you have an easy bread that I should try making, send me an email. My email is in the description because I'm always looking for submissions for the episodes.
It is very culturally relevant in the Sikh community since it was created by our first Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji.
This is so interesting to just like toast flour. Have you ever toasted flour?
No.
Yeah, me either. It says to stir constantly, which is my least favorite 2 words in the English language. Ugh. I'm looking for a nutty aroma and a light brown color. Stirring constantly. Woo, fancy. It smells very nutty. Yeah, it smells nutty. We're good. Next step. Let's go.
It is offered in all Gurdwaras, which are Sikh temples, representing the blessings of God. This dish is very dear and close to the hearts of all Punjabis. It has a sweet, rich, and slightly nutty taste, and it is very comforting. There are days when you just crave it and want to eat it. Every year on my birthday, I wake up to the beautiful aroma of kadah being prepared by my mom, and it's the first thing I eat that day.
That took 2 seconds. It's so thick.
Birthday traditions here usually just involve going to the Gurdwara to seek blessings of God, apart from celebrating it with friends and family.
The kitchen smells like ghee, which isn't a bad thing. It's like ghee and cardamom mixed together, and the texture of this is so satisfying to like stir. It's kind of like a soft Play-Doh, Leia and I were saying. Ooh. All right, but I think it's done. I think it's time to taste it.
In Punjabi, you would say, Janamdin diyan lakh lakh vadaiyan.
1 peanut? Get out of here.
I think that people should give it a try because it is extremely simple to make and is very delicious. If someone wants to explore the Sikh culture through food, I think that this is the first thing they should try.
Puneet said to eat this warm, so I'm eating it warm, but the bottom is hot because it's a metal bowl. Oh, that's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be because of the sugar syrup. So the flavor of this is really interesting. It's super different than anything I've ever had. To be honest, it still kind of tastes a little bit like flour, but of course that's because the base of this whole thing is just flour. Oh, that bite was like better. Maybe the more I eat it, the more it's heavy on the ghee, which is a good thing. I love the taste of ghee. I can feel my lips getting shiny as I eat it more and more. The nuts on top give it a little bit of crunch because the whole dish is so smooth. It's nice to have the juxtaposition of flavors. I'm used to Indian desserts being overwhelmingly sweet, and so this one is really interesting to me because it's not. It's still sweet, don't get me wrong, but it's more ghee forward than sugar forward. God, the bottom of this is scorching hot. I have to hold it from the little handles on the side. Fun fact, Leia found this bowl on the street. I have 2 bowls that I use on this show that I have found on the street, and this is one of them. I'm not gonna let you know what the other one is though. Well, the other one is this bowl, which I've been called out for. It's a Japanese bowl that I guess is used for grinding things because the bottom is edged, but I just think it's so pretty. So I yanked it off the street. Now I use it. You can find so many things on the streets of New York City, and I'm not above dumpster diving like that. I think, you know, reduce, reuse, recycle. The texture is still kind of like a Play-Doh texture, which helps me live out my childhood fantasies of eating Play-Doh, to be honest. Puneet said that this is common in Sikh and Punjabi households. Punjab, the region, is actually north, next to the border of Pakistan, if you're curious as to where the dish is from. I'll show you on a map. Here. I think a birthday is an auspicious occasion, so this makes sense, an offering of love to somebody that you care about.
Hello, my name is Laurette. I currently live in Canada, but I originally came from South Africa, where I grew up. I'm sharing my love for Dutch custard cake. In Afrikaans, which is my home language, this is called Vla Koek. Dutch custard cake, also called just custard cake, is really one of a kind. It has multiple layers of vanilla sponge cake, with custard used both as the filling between the layers and as the icing on top. You can top it with basically anything you like.
So the recipe calls for self-rising flour, which I didn't buy, but you can make it yourself at home. So for every cup of flour, it's 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and that gives you self-raising flour. Also, oh my God, my hair is so long. I need to cut it.
Traditionally, the Dutch version would have almond flakes on top, but in South Africa, you'll often see coconut flakes, crushed tennis biscuits, and also my personal favorite, peanut brittle or nut brittle. This is one of my absolute favorites. It's decadent, but not overly fancy, and it's not overly sweet.
For this, we're using Bird's custard powder. It is a British thing, so I found it on Amazon. It smells like vanilla. I love custard. The fact that this is a custard cake covered in custard is like, oh, it's gonna be so good. You can't have a birthday episode without a birthday cake. And this birthday cake, honestly, I think is going to be fire. Let's get the custard into the cake.
When you eat this cake, it honestly feels like your worries just melt away. The cake itself is very well known across South Africa, although I wouldn't say it's the most common birthday cake. That said, custard is a real staple in South Africa and is usually served with almost any warm dessert.
I'm gonna weigh these and see how perfectly I divided them. I feel like they look pretty even, but let's put it to the test. Okay, we've got 728 grams and 720!
Wow.
You could even buy custard pre-made in long life cartons. And some people, yes mom, I'm talking about you, drink it straight from the box. We have a few unique birthday traditions. One that really stood out to me after moving to Canada is how we end the birthday song. We always finish with hip hip hooray a few times. Sometimes everyone claps while you count out your age.
Can I taste it?
Yeah.
Mom, can I stick my finger in the bowl?
Go for it.
Well, that doesn't taste good at all. Ugh,
Oh no.
it needs sugar.
This one is more for kids, but when you blow out your candles, the number that don't go out in one breath is supposed to be how many boyfriends or girlfriends you have.
It feels thick. I'm not totally sure how I know when this is thick enough. It feels kind of thick, and Leia said once it cools, it's gonna get thicker. So I'm gonna call it, but the package doesn't say anything. It just says stir continuously. All right, let's see what happens. I'm gonna call it. Done.
Well, we need to add the sugar.
Not done. Adding sugar. 1, 2. Yeah, that's better. There was a show, and I'm pretty sure it was a show, where they were selling just the top of pudding, like that pudding skin. It sounds like a thing from Seinfeld, but I can't remember. If any of you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments, but like, it was just the top of pudding, and it was in between little pieces of plastic. God, what show was that? Oh, We figured out where the pudding skin is from. It's from Seinfeld.
Well, then I guess these would be out of the question.
What the hell is that?
Pudding skin singles.
Pudding skin. What a ridiculous thing.
Your family usually wakes you up by singing happy birthday and brings you gifts while you're still in bed. And when we were kids, since we wore school uniforms, you were allowed to wear normal clothes to school on your birthday. The way we say happy birthday in Afrikaans is gelukkige verjaarsdag, or more casually, feels geluk. People should try this cake because it's a unique, custard layered alternative to traditional iced cakes. Never dry, endlessly customizable, and perfect for anyone who doesn't love overly sweet frosting.
So my birthday is on Sunday. It's a little early to have cake, but that's okay. You can have cake your entire birthday week. That's a good cake. It's really moist and vanilla-y. The custard is not like, it's more like a custard cream because of all the butter that we added to it. I really like this cake. I don't usually like buttercream frostings. I think they're just way too sweet and they cover up the taste of the cake and they're just not for me, but this one, it's in harmony with the cake. I still think I could have added less butter. You can really taste the butter with the custard. I can't unsee how much butter I'm putting into this. It just feels like so much. And part of me just wants more custard than butter in my frosting, but I'm still really, really enjoying this cake. Putting custard powder in the batter made the cake a lot more moist and gave it a slight vanilla flavor, which I think is really nice. I like that it's double layer. It's very impressive. Leia was thinking we could do a 4-layer cake, but the layers were a little bit too thin without that cake cutting tool. But like 4 layers would have been a lot. Even though it's the same amount of cake, just like visually, that would be a really tall cake. Like the custard is thick in the middle. It's holding up the level. It's not like a thin layer. I thought that it would just kind of flatten out, but because we kept the custard in the fridge for so long, it was nice and thick. I think this is a great birthday cake. The recipe feeds a lot of people. It's totally different. Like I've never had a custard birthday cake and it's just pretty. Like I just like the way it looks. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if your birthday is coming up like mine, happy birthday. Don't forget that all the recipes are on my website, beryl.nyc, and like and subscribe, it helps support the channel. Until next week, I'm leaving you with 2 more big life event videos, our wedding foods episode and our funeral foods episode. I will see you all next week.